That's a dope.
You can come in.
Hey, and make sure you leave that here, bruh. Why stop?
It's on this
Also, we got the building right now.
What up? This your boy DJ, and all your boys. You can find me everywhere. If you can't find this high yellow man, I don't know what you're looking for. But definitely WTNTradio.com.
There we go.
We in here, man. Right now, man, we got a special guest in the building. All the way live, you know what I'm saying, Gabe? What's poppin', homie?
What's going on? What's going on?
How you feeling? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Happy to be at WTNT Radio here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, so tell the people, you know what I'm saying, where you from, you know what I'm saying, what kind of music you do.
I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota, the home of Prince, Time, Morris Day, Atmosphere, Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis,
Yep.
a lot of greats.
Mint condition, yeah.
Mint Condition,
Nice.
and I do pop music. I do pop R&B music.
Okay.
Nice, okay. Now, when you coming from a place like Prince, you know what I'm saying, do you feel like you have to, you know what I'm saying, like be at those standards when you trying to be an artist as far as pop, you know what I'm saying, you have to have just as much talent or just as much heart that he put into that music?
As much heart. I put everything that I can possibly put into my music when I'm creating, when I'm performing, and all that. But as far as, you know, being at the level of Prince, I don't think that anybody is.
Really?
You know what I mean? There's one Prince, there's one Michael Jackson,
Right.
there's one, you know what I mean, Chris Brown even, like,
Right.
you know, so I think that I just work as hard as I can to be the best that I can be for myself, and, you know, hopefully the people accept that, they like it, you know what I mean, and that's just what I'm working on. I'm focused on me, not nobody else.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, the music that you do you play guitar? Because I was in one of your songs and had a guitar in the background. And I was asking Nikki, you know what I'm saying, do you play guitar? Do you play?
Yeah, I play guitar, but you're talking about I'll Be Around?
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah, that was one of my buddies who plays guitar, who did that track. I didn't play on it, but I mean I play.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. Now, when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, where you from, you know what I'm saying, I was talking about the Prince whole situation and like the movie Purple Rain. I think I was talking to your guy outside, and he was talking about, you know what I'm saying, the bands are real big in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Now, is that true? Like a lot of artists out there, you know what I'm saying, they have the whole big band situation because you were saying that they don't really support one another. And I know during the Purple Rain situation, with the Mars Days and the Prince, they always had like a showcase, an open mic, where all the bands come out and play and everybody kind of support everybody. They don't do that now up there?
I mean, I've been up there for about like 3 or 4 years, but as far as you know, Battle of the Bands and stuff like that, I know they do a lot. You know, Fine Line Music Cafe does a lot of stuff.
Right.
Honey's. What are some other places over there?
Yeah. First Avenue.
First Avenue, of course. Yeah, you can't forget about First Avenue. You know, they do a lot of stuff up there and with live bands and whatnot and all that. So.
Okay.
So do you live there, or are you just out here working?
I live down here in Atlanta now. We've been down here, me and Juice and the team, Brainword Productions. You know, shout out to my team. We've been down here for about like 4 years now. So we've just been down here getting into the scene and, you know, meeting the right people and just making our way through, you know.
So do you feel it's a big difference in the music from here and in Minneapolis?
Big difference in the music as in what way?
Pops. You do pop, right? Pop.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, to keep it 100, like, when we came down here like 4 years ago, there wasn't too many people doing pop music in Atlanta. Like, when we did pop music, you know, like, I kind of wanted to go a little more R&B, but Juice was like, really like, let's stick with that pop. You're good at the pop, like, it's fresh, it's new. Like, people weren't doing it like that down here. And so we just pushed the pop music and top 40 and did the, you know, the 120 and up BPM tracks and stuff. And, you know, I think that, I'm not going to say that we started something, but I'm not going to say that we weren't one of the first people down here who really, like, just stuck with pop music and did that. And we see, like, a lot of the producers went to, like, you know, like pop, trap, and all that stuff, and they were incorporating pop into their production, and you know, and even, you know, rappers nowadays and hip hop MCs and whatnot, they're rapping over, you know, like pop tracks. So it's pretty interesting to watch, you know, and it's just pretty cool. Like, so yeah, it's different, but I think the Atlanta market definitely has a future for pop music, and I think that people realize that's where the money's at, so it's like they're gonna go for that a lot more coming up in the future. And I'm just feel like it's a really good time right now in Atlanta for music, and, you know, as long as I stay focused, I feel like I have a really good chance at, you know, at making some noise. So.
Okay.
Now, I had a question now. When of course, no coming anime and after everything, there are so many big hitters. But outside of that genre and everything, who are your biggest influences?
Outside of pop music?
Nah, outside of like Prince.
Of course, people gonna expect you to
Definitely
say
look
Prince
up,
and all
yeah.
that. I mean, but outside of that, who are some influences that may surprise some of our listeners?
I would definitely say Usher. You know, I would definitely say Justin Timberlake.
Okay.
You know, Boyz II Men. You know, from the '90s, of course. Like that was that.
I know
It was
that's
dope.
That's your favorite era.
What are you working on? What are you currently working on right now?
Currently have a project on iTunes and Apple Music, all digital major retailers. It's called King of Thrones. So make sure you go download that, everybody listening. Search Gabe, Gabe, King of Thrones. That's the last project that we put out, you know, on Brainwork Productions, the label, you know, shout out to my team.
Okay.
So you can get that on, of course, all major digital retail outlets. And the next project that we're working on right now is going to be called Aries. And that's a project that we're putting out, you know, towards the end of this month, early June. So, and then that's really just trying to show the people, you know, who I am through my music and really tell my story, you know.
Are these solo projects or you working with features or have a couple of artists?
I mean, outside of my team, I don't really do too much with people. Like, not saying that I wouldn't be open to at all.
Like, he's selfish. He's selfish.
I mean, you know what I mean? But like, you know, Juice have me writing for, like, you know, I wrote EP for this girl group called Endless. You know, and they're pretty talented.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Family.
That's family.
That's
right there.
family right there.
Yeah. So shout out to Ari and Tay and
Yeah.
Divine. You know,
Nice.
the new Endless.
Right, the new Endless.
The new, yeah, that's the new Endless.
Shout out, girls, if you're listening.
The
Yeah.
new joint.
So
Do
you
you
know,
have something for us today?
did I do what?
Do you have any music for us today?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, we definitely got
Yes.
something today. You already
I
know.
sent some of that stuff off the King of Thrones album, and then I sent the single off the Aries album. So it's
Okay.
definitely something you're gonna want to play for your listeners. You know, that's that heat
we
right
gonna,
there.
we gonna let you introduce it. But I wanted to ask you, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and give people social media, you know what I'm saying, where they can find you at, you know what I'm saying, your Instagram, your Twitter, Snapchat, you know what I'm saying, for people that's listening right now.
For sure, everybody that's listening right now, I go by the name of Gabe. That's Gabe, pop R&B singer in Atlanta. And you can follow me on my social media. That's Instagram, Twitter, everything that you can think of. Every site is / hashtag or at Gabe Singin'. That's GABESINGIN. And make sure you visit me online at www.gabeofficial.com.
Nice. All right, so now we about to get into some of your songs. You sent us two, you know what I mean? Which one you want us to play first? Because we're going to ask you a little bit about the song, you know what I'm saying, before we actually play it, but which one you want to get into first?
Which one you got over there?
I got Down Low and Gotta Get Your Love.
Since we were talking about the pop music just a second ago, let's start with "Gotta Get Your Love." That's a pop up tempo, you know.
Okay.
Okay, now how did you come up with the title for this song? Like
It just came out of thin air, like.
I'm about to say, is it the topic of the day? Was it like the topic of the day?
No, I know that's coming. I heard that, but
Right.
no, "Gotta Get Your Love" came. You know, when we first got down here, we were working out at the Y over there off of Carver and Pryor, over south and stuff, and I was working out like just crazy amounts, 4 or 5 hours a day down there. And it was like fun, and I was looking for music to, you know, like help me get energy working out and stuff. And I was listening to David Guetta, "Nothing But the Beat" album, and I had that on repeat for like probably like 2 weeks. I didn't listen to anything but that. You know, I was just like, when I like something, I obsess with it, and I just run with it. And it really inspired me to work with this pop producer, and we just made like maybe 5 or 6 records together over that week. That week that I was in the studio working in, and that was just like the sound that kind of like inspired that "Gotta Get Your Love." I did "Gotta Get Your Love," It Takes Two. That's on King of Thrones. Fever, like a lot of stuff like that. So, you know, that was how that came about.
Okay. So we're gonna get ready to play the song right quick. You know what I'm saying? This is "Gotta Get Your Love" by Gabe. You know what I mean? We're finna break the music. I want to ask you this right quick before we go into the break. Do you consider pop and EDM the same thing?
I mean, nowadays that music is like revolutionizing into one genre,
Right.
and everyone's doing, you know, like everyone's doing a form of EDM or pop music, you know, because popular is popular music. So, you know, like in EDM, you know, everyone's mashing it all together in one genre nowadays. So I guess pop and EDM is one and the same. You know what I mean? Just like even country pop, rock, like, you know, it's all popular music. So
Interesting thought. All right, we'll be back in a minute. You already know what it is, man. This is Gabe. Gotta go get your love. We in here, man. Turn up. Block party DJs. We on the block. We break new music here, man. Chill. Kick. All right, you can turn it up now. A little bit.
yeah.
Come on, say that's EDM all day, boy.
It's pop too though.
Because you know, with pop, they sing in pop. Like, they have a whole song.
Like you
Right,
saying
yeah,
that right
that's-
now.
yeah, they
This
sing
dance
that,
pop
yeah.
right here.
That's who pop?
This is more like dance pop right here. Like
Yeah.
kind of like you in somebody's club,
Yeah.
spray breaking everything. You know, they got all the beers girls on the bar and everything. They're like,
Straight fist pumping, right?
yeah, you know.
Fist pop.
Fist pump, you gotta get your love. King of Throne.
So you got any shows set up? I mean, we're going to talk about it on air, but you got any shows coming up?
Yeah, what do we got next? Atlantic Station? Doing a show at Atlantic Station, you know, in the courtyard between,
Okay.
what is it called? What's that Mexican joint called over there? I know that's terrible that I don't know it.
Up by Cheesecake Factory. I mean, Cheesecake, pizza.
Oh.
cheesecake.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
where the
well,
old strip was.
yeah.
And then there's a Mexican joint right there.
Yeah, it was
Right in the
like-
middle, where they put the Christmas tree.
Yeah, we saw the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, where would
They set up the stage there.
right in the middle of that. Right in the middle of that.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's coming up. We just did Sweet Opera Festival the last weekend.
Nice.
And then this past weekend we did the
That's
Teen
just
Honor Award,
noticing
Six
you
Flags,
concentrating.
you know, some other stuff. So
A few minutes ago, you was like,
cool. More festivals, you know, of course.
Like
You
your bottom
got
lip.
Sweet Opera and Fall Festival. You got like Heritage Festival. You got like a lot of stuff coming up. So I guess, and we're about to drop a whole bunch of videos. So it's like definitely gonna get more shows that way. Right?
We gotta get the video. Put us in the video.
There you go.
Hold up.
Turn up.
Hey, we need to do one up here.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right, go.
You almost like a walkthrough, like you singing. You got like this like one big circle. So on one end it had the guy kind of backing up while you're singing, just kind of walking the hallway, because each time you're making like a right hand turn. But like, dang, he walking in a circle, not knowing you walk around the whole building.
yeah. Hey, director in the making right there.
Came over the whole concept.
You got it just off the top of your head. So,
But you know, that's my music. I'll play this.
I know you will. Fist bump, fist bump, fist bump, fist bump.
All my ladies in the bed.
Fat Man
Get him
Scoop.
up, get him up. Go, go, go.
Eugene, can you stop it so it's safe just in case it